Last Tuesday marked Safer Internet Day 2020, where organisations around the world expressed the need for more online awareness and safer cybersecurity systems, especially when it comes to children and young people. In 2019, it was revealed that girls in Northern Ireland are more likely than boys to experience cyberbullying. This was according to research by the EU-funded Blurred Lines project, but this isn't to say that boys don't suffer at all. When I asked online for people to share their cyberbullying stories with me for this piece, I was inundated with messages, and frankly shocked at the varying levels of age and occupations of the people that had been affected. One man, who is in his 50s, told me that he works for a football team in the Irish Premiership and that they have had a rough season with poor defeats. Someone actually set up a fake Twitter account and sent him a private direct message telling him he was useless and to get out of the club. He said that although he has a high level of mental strength and was able to deal with this, it has made him slightly paranoid around his workplace. For example, he thinks, is that the guy over there who sent me that message? Or is it the person I am talking to right now in the club? Will they say something to me? How would I deal with it if they did? Etc. He told me that he would worry how this type of hidden keyboard warrior would affect someone who isn't as mentally strong as him, and have they done this before to anyone else? Georgia Portogallo is a 19-year-old blogger and influencer from Leeds with over 70,000 Instagram followers. She makes a living from her social media profiles, and it's fair to say that she is beautiful, popular, and seemingly perfect. However, she has dealt with her fair share of negativity online from the age of 16 and spoke to me on the falsities of the Instagram world and how it's affecting the younger generation.
I hit 10,000 followers on my 16th birthday, so nearly 3 years ago, and when it was once I hit 10,000 followers, I started getting like trolls like messaging me and just been nasty. And obviously at 16 I hadn't had any surgery done or anything because obviously I wasn't 18, and I had like naturally big lips, and people were literally messaging me like, your lips are too big, you have too much filler, and I'd never had anything done then. That was literally my natural lips, and obviously it made me upset because I was like, I can't help how I am, do you know what I mean? So that's how it first started. It was just like fake accounts, like nobody would ever actually say it on their own account, because I'd had it before where somebody had said something on their own account and I posted it on my Instagram saying like, I think it's awful how people find the need to bully people online, and obviously they didn't like it that I'd like exposed them, sort of thing. So people used to do it on like fake accounts and things, and it was awful. It wasn't all the time, but like sometimes it was, and I just thought, like, I don't see why people do that. It's just such a waste of time, and it's just really sad, really, that they feel the need to do it.
Do you think because Instagram, and again, especially for young people and teenagers, it's obviously such a visual thing, so you want to be as aesthetically pleasing as you can?
Yeah.
You know, do you personally find that you face a lot of pressures? Do you ever have bad days where you just want to pack it in, you know, because of maybe comments you receive online, or just the pressures of having to sort of have that perfect highlight reel all the time?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I went through, like, not a bad patch, but, like, a time I was just like, I can't be bothered to do my makeup every single day, like glam hair, glam, because that's how people see me on social media. So, like, I felt like I had to keep that up. So if like, I went out, people would be like, oh my God, you don't look like that in person. Like my friends and that, they know what I look like, but it's just like, if I saw someone who follows me on Instagram, I'd just get worried. But now I just think, post photos. Well, the other day I posted something on my story of like with no makeup on, and I'd never ever done that before because I've never had the confidence to do it. And honestly, I got so many nice comments, and it just makes you feel so nice. And I felt so confident after that. I just thought, you know what, I don't actually have to go out with loads of makeup on, because it's not real life. Like, that is not what it is. Like, everything you see on Instagram isn't real life at all. And I think people need to understand that, because people are seeing all these companies, like filler companies, doing like Kylie Jenner packages and all this, but that is not like real life. That's not what it is. So people just need to like realise that.
Do you find it hard to switch off from your phone? Like, would you say that you're a phone addict?
Yeah, 100%. Because I feel like if I accidentally post something wrong on social media and people don't take it the right way, or I always get paranoid that people will be like, oh my god, she said this, she said that. So I'm constantly on my phone, but luckily I get like really positive messages. So, but I do like, say if I go away, like I went away to Rome the other week. Well, I got back a couple of days ago, and I was there for 5 days. So I literally just didn't go on my phone for the 5 days. Nothing to do with Instagram. Obviously, I posted photos while I was in Rome. But I didn't look at any messages or anything really, and I just literally just took time off my phone, and you feel so much better after it.
Sarah Khan is 25 years old and currently living in Belfast. She told Blast FM that she was frequently harassed via Facebook by people she used to be friends with when she was 19 years old. The consequences have had a lasting effect on her, to the point where she won't upload any photos or information about herself to social media platforms at all, even though it's been almost 7 years since the incident occurred.
At one point there was 19 profile photographs, or 19 Facebook profiles with my photographs. There was Instagrams created about me. At the time there was like Bebo. There was Bebos. It must have been, I think I've written here, there must have been like 12 Bebos that were all of my photographs, all different names, but they weren't me.
Yeah.
And then at the end of April again, it was all happening at this time, I started getting texts from multiple phone numbers and abuse from multiple accounts on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And this went on until October 2013, and I cannot explain to you, Niamh, how devastating it was to be getting all of this abuse from so many different angles. And I would ban one account or block one account, and another would pop up basically an hour after. And at the time, I was still updating Facebook, and you know, as you did when we were that age, you were going out to clubland and having a good time with your friends. And I just started university, and it was meant to be the most exciting time of my life. But I was so afraid to upload photographs or write anything, because these photographs then would be put across multiple Facebook channels of different people that were apparently me, but with different names, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So then this went on till October 2013, and then one night, I've actually written the date, the 26th of October 2013, my house phone got 17 phone calls in a row. So on the 27th of October 2013, we went to the police, and I had been keeping a diary for those full 7 months from April up until October. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden everything disappeared. Facebook posts, and the numbers were disconnected. I couldn't ring any of them. I went straight to voicemail, and all the Facebooks disappeared, all the Bebos disappeared, and I never had any bother after that. But it's really now affected the way I think about social media, and because it was so fast and furious, at the speed at which these Facebook profiles were being created and things that were put on them were so nasty and were just not me. It's affected now just how I react to social media, and you can see yourself, like I have ghost accounts and everything.
Yeah, so as well, like the accounts that were messaging you and sending you nasty accounts, were they, you know, fake accounts with no actual profile photos or anything themselves?
Yes, they were all fake accounts. There was none of them had a profile photograph, and they didn't have any friends or anything like that. At the time, I was blocking these accounts as quick as they had messaged me, but I couldn't preempt where the next strike was coming from, if you know what I mean. So I was really just sitting duck that whole time, and I had said to my parents a few times, maybe I should just get rid of social media altogether and it will stop, but they didn't want me to become isolated or afraid to be myself on social media, because it's such a good way to connect with your friends and family and whatnot. So they tried to protect me as much as they could, but like 7 months is a long time to be getting abuse from all angles.
You know, what would your advice be to someone else going through that who maybe, you know, it hasn't affected your mental health, and if they don't feel like they're mentally strong enough to go through that, what would your sort of words of wisdom be?
If you don't think that you're mentally strong enough to withhold something like that, which not many people are, I would suggest that you shut down your profile straight away. Don't hang on. Don't wait 7 months like I did. If something's wrong, if you don't like the way you're being spoken to online, tell your parents, shut down your accounts, and act then fast and swift to make sure that it stops after that. I kept a very detailed diary, and it helped me know whenever I went to the police.
And what happened when you did go to the police?
The police rang both girls. I had both their phone numbers, both their home numbers actually, and they both phoned the police. And the police at that point gave me the option to make a formal statement, which I didn't want to do at the time.
What would you say to anyone who is engaged in that sort of behaviour themselves, or is in a friends group that is pressuring them to be a bully like that?
I have always said since, what would you think if the message you're about to write would be shown to your parents or your brother or sister or your friends or family? And usually, 99, even now, sometimes if I get angry at the situation, I always think, what would I think if this message was read out to everybody that knew me? Would I be proud of what I'm about to send?
In a recent study by media regulator Ofcom, more than half of children in Northern Ireland said they had seen hateful content online, including racism, sectarianism and homophobia, among other things. The survey found that 50% of 10-year-olds now own a smartphone, compared to only 30% owning one 5 years ago. Wayne Denner is a Newry-based cybersecurity and online safety specialist. He often delivers talks about these issues to schools and businesses. He said that technology has driven bullying to a new level. He said young people are immersed in online socialising, and it is here that cyberbullying is rapidly increasing via social media platforms, gaming communities, texting and emailing. Cyberbullying by its nature surrounds teens 24/7 and can have a devastating effect on the young person. Some of Wayne's tips when it comes to keeping yourself safe online is to always think critically when it comes to connection requests. He said that last year Facebook removed 800 million fake profiles. So stop and take a moment, as online scams, extortion and blackmail are on the rise. He also pointed out that over 83% of people use the same password absolutely everywhere for their various online accounts. So his advice is to not reuse your passwords, as it can increase the likelihood of someone hacking your account. In addition to this, always use two-step verification, as it adds a second layer of security to your account, as again, data breaches are on the rise. Lastly, Wayne said, think about your online reputation. 93% of recruiters will check out your profiles and the content you're creating online, so it's important to think about your digital footprint. And we all have a digital footprint. Regularly check out what you look like in the search engines, and use social media positively and responsibly. There is no doubt that social media has been affecting the mental health of people everywhere, both young and old. So it's important to remember that it is not real. It's a highlight reel of everyone's best moments, and you're seeing what they want you to see. Try to use social media positively, and remember to switch off from your phone every once in a while for your own mental health. If you have been affected by cyberbullying, data breaches or scams, make sure you seek appropriate guidance and keep searching for ways to improve your own online safety. I'm Niamh Campbell for Blast FM.